Most people think becoming a millionaire is about strategy, about finding the right business model, the perfect investment, the secret hack. But here's what nobody tells you. The millionaires I've studied don't think like that at all. They underwent something far more profound, an identity shift so complete, so total, that money had no choice but to follow. And today, Luxonian, you're going to learn exactly what that shift is, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me take you back to 2007. A guy named Rob Dyrdek was a professional skateboarder, talented but broke. He was living in his cousin's basement at 24 years old. But something changed inside him, not his circumstances, his identity. He stopped seeing himself as a skateboarder trying to make money. He started seeing himself as an entertainment mogul who happened to skateboard. That shift created fantasy factory, ridiculousness, and a net worth exceeding $100 million. Same person, different identity, different bank account. Here's where most people get confused. They think identity shift means affirmations in the mirror, positive thinking, vision boards. And look, I'm not against those things, but that's not what I'm talking about. The real identity shift happens in a place most people never access. It's the difference between wanting to be rich and knowing you already are. Let me normalize something first. I used to believe that working harder was the answer, that if I just hustled more, grinded longer, sacrificed sleep, I'd break through. I was wrong, dead wrong, because I was operating from scarcity identity. My actions screamed desperation, even when I thought I was being strategic. And the universe reflects your frequency back to you with brutal accuracy. Here's where it gets interesting. Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, talks about the exact moment her identity shifted. She wasn't hoping to become a billionaire. She decided she already was one, just waiting for reality to catch up. She drove around Atlanta, visualizing Oprah wearing her product, not as a fantasy, as a foregone conclusion. And when Oprah actually did feature Spanx, Sarah wasn't surprised. She'd already lived that moment 1,000 times in her identity. That's the difference. Millionaires don't manifest. They remember. They access a version of themselves that already has everything they want. And they act from that place, not toward it, from it. This is what 90% of people miss about the law of attraction. They think it's about attracting things to you. It's not. It's about becoming the person who already has those things. Your reticular activating system, the filter in your brain that determines what you notice, only shows you evidence of who you believe you are. If you identify as someone who struggles with money, you'll find endless evidence of that struggle. If you identify as someone who effortlessly generates wealth, you'll notice opportunities everywhere. Same world, different identity, different results. Let me show you the mechanics of how this actually works in your brain. Your RAS is scanning your environment every single second, processing 11 million bits of information, but you're only consciously aware of 40 bits. That means your brain is filtering out 99.999% of reality. And the filter it uses is your self-image, your identity. If your identity says, "I'm broke," your RAS will show you every bill, every expense, every reason you can't afford something. If your identity says, "I'm abundant," your RAS will show you every opportunity, every potential income stream, every reason to invest. This isn't motivation. This is neuroscience. Your brain literally cannot show you what contradicts your identity. It's biologically impossible. Let me show you the pattern with another real example. When Connor Price, an independent artist, blew up on social media in 2022, people called it luck. But Connor tells a different story. He stopped identifying as a musician trying to make it. He started identifying as someone who already made it, just building in public. He released music consistently, not desperately. He collaborated abundantly, not strategically. He acted like someone who'd already won. And within 2 years, he had hundreds of millions of streams and complete creative freedom. Zero label, zero compromise, pure identity-driven success. Notice the pattern here. Rob Dyrdek didn't wait for success to feel successful. Sarah Blakely didn't wait for billions to act like a billionaire. Connor Price didn't wait for streams to behave like a star. They all made the shift first. And reality reorganized around their new identity. This is the pattern that separates people who make it from people who stay stuck. Action without attachment. Creation without desperation. Investment without fear. You cannot fake this. Your subconscious knows the truth. If you're acting rich but feeling poor, you're still poor. The feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard taught this 70 years ago. Live in the end. Feel the reality of your wish fulfilled. Not as technique, as truth. Because time is an illusion, and your future self already exists. You're just choosing which version to collapse into your present reality. Your consciousness exists outside of time. Past, present, and future are happening simultaneously. The version of you that's already a millionaire is real. Just as real as the version of you watching this right now. And every thought, every feeling, every action is a vote for which version becomes dominant. Most people approach wealth like beggars. Give me money. Show me the way. Prove it works. Millionaires approach wealth like royalty. This is already mine. I'm just collecting it. There's nothing to prove. Can you feel the difference in those energies? One repels, one magnetizes. Your identity is your frequency. Your frequency is your reality. Change one, change all three. Here's what this looks like practically. A millionaire doesn't check their bank account with anxiety. They check it with curiosity. A millionaire doesn't negotiate from need. They negotiate from abundance. A millionaire doesn't celebrate money coming in like it's rare. They expect it, like they expect sunrise. These aren't affirmations. These are demonstrations of identity. And your brain is always watching, always learning, always confirming what you truly believe about yourself. When you act like someone who struggles, you teach your nervous system that money is scarce. When you act like someone who thrives, you teach your nervous system that money is natural. Your nervous system stores everything as sensation, as emotional memory. When you consistently feel poor, your body creates a poverty signature, a chemical cocktail of stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline. Your cells become addicted to this state, and subconsciously, you sabotage anything that threatens it. This is why lottery winners go broke, why people who get sudden windfalls lose it all. Their identity didn't shift. Their cellular memory still holds poverty. And the body will do anything to return to homeostasis, even destroy wealth to feel familiar again. This is the secret nobody talks about. Your body keeps the score. Your bank account reflects the scoreboard. Let me give you the 3-step identity shift framework that actually works. Step 1. Audit your current identity. Write down every belief you have about money and yourself. I'm not good with money. Rich people are greedy. I'll never make 6 figures. Money doesn't grow on trees. Get it all out. These are the programs running your financial operating system. and you can't delete what you won't acknowledge. Most people skip this step because it's uncomfortable, but discomfort is the price of transformation. Step 2. Choose your millionaire identity. Not the fake ego version, the authentic, aligned version. Who would you be if money was never a concern? More generous, more creative, more peaceful, more bold, more playful, more free. That's your true identity. Money doesn't change people, it reveals them. So decide right now who you're revealing. Write it down. In present tense, I am someone who generates wealth effortlessly. I am someone who makes powerful decisions quickly. I am someone who invests in my growth without hesitation. Feel the truth of these statements, not as goals, as current reality. Step 3. Act from that identity today, not when you have the money. Now, this is where 95% of people fail. They wait. They say, when I have $1 million, then I'll act like a millionaire. But that's backwards. You act like a millionaire, so you become one. Tip generously even when it feels like a stretch. It rewires your scarcity programming. Invest in yourself before you feel ready. It signals to your subconscious that you're worth it. Speak with the confidence of someone who's already arrived. It changes how people perceive and respond to you. Make decisions from abundance, not scarcity. It trains your brain to see opportunity instead of threat. Turn down opportunities that don't align with your millionaire identity. This one is crucial. Poor people say yes to everything out of fear. Rich people say no to almost everything to protect their energy. Your time and attention are your most valuable assets. Treat them like it. This is where transformation accelerates exponentially, because your subconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you consistently act as your millionaire self, your brain rewires. New neural pathways form. New behaviors become automatic. New opportunities become visible. And suddenly, what seemed impossible becomes inevitable. This is not theory. This is neuroscience meets metaphysics. And it's how every single self-made millionaire actually did it. They didn't get lucky. They became the person luck happens to. They didn't wait for circumstances to change. They changed their identity, and circumstances followed. There's a spiritual dimension here that cannot be ignored. You are not your circumstances. You are consciousness having an experience, and consciousness can choose any experience it wants. When you truly grasp this, money becomes easy, not because you manipulate reality, but because you align with it. The universe is infinitely abundant. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. Scarcity is a human invention, a story we tell ourselves, a cage we build with our beliefs. And the key to that cage is identity. You already have permission to be wealthy. You're just waiting for yourself to give it. So here's my challenge to you, Luxonian. For the next 30 days, act as if you're already the millionaire, as if money flows to you naturally, as if abundance is your default state. Don't announce it. Don't perform it. Embody it. Watch what happens. Watch how people respond to you differently. Watch how opportunities appear out of nowhere. Watch how synchronicities multiply. Watch how your relationship with money fundamentally transforms. This is the millionaire identity shift no one talks about, because it can't be taught in a course. It can't be bought in a program. It can only be experienced. And you're about to experience it. If you want to go deeper, to access the full Luxona framework, to connect with other Luxonians on this journey, join us on Patreon. We're building something extraordinary there. a community of identity-shifted creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries, people who understand that wealth is an inside job. The link is in the description. Your millionaire self is waiting, and they're getting impatient. Welcome to Luxona, where millionaires are made.